Greetings. Since I was a little boy growing up, I've always heard my parents and grandparents speak about common sense and how you need to use your common sense. Well, the good news is that I believe everyone in my country have common sense, and everyone around the world also have common sense. Okay, that is why I would have written a book and I would have put an entire chapter on common sense. Okay, that book is called Meditate to Eradicate Poverty. And many of us were taught to get academic education, go to school, get good grades to eradicate poverty. But when you read my book, you will see I'm showing you it is meditation. It is the power of your awareness, the power of your consciousness, it's the power of your imagination. Okay, so I'll definitely encourage you, if you're listening to me and what I'm saying, if it's making sense to you, that you will get that book and put it to work in your life and prove for yourself that results don't argue. Okay, so as I was saying, everyone born with common sense, and in that book I mentioned that your common sense is actually your God sense. Well, if it is a God sense and you believe God to be the Almighty, you believe God to be the Creator, then why are you not a creative and innovative person? Why you are not a nation builder? Why you are not elevating in life? And why you are not making an impact on the rest of the world? Well, my brother and my sisters, if you're listening to me and you definitely believe that you can do more with your life, and you believe that you're not living your fullest potential, then I want to say to you, then you need to tap more into your real common sense, which is your God sense. Now, let me go a little deeper for you if you still listen to me at this point, because people have a very low attention span these days. You see, TikTok and all of these things, they're designed for purpose. Okay? So, when you're born in this world, you're born with certain mental faculties like your will, your perception, your reasoning, your memory, your intuition, and above all, your imagination. Okay? And so there are certain systems that have been set up to rob you of these mental faculties. And for example, you can live the rest of your life just regurgitating things that you would have learned from others. Okay? And when you live that way, you're just living in the realm of memory. But I want you to really think, and that's why I'm doing this video. It is to provoke you to think, because most people don't think. In other words, most people don't really use their common sense, but they have it. Okay, and when I say they don't use it, let me correct myself. Okay, they don't use it consciously. They're using it unconsciously. Okay, because whether you believe it or not, everyone is creating their outer experiences or the outer environment and the circumstances they're facing in life. They have no one to blame but themselves. But of course, there are people who are going to blame the governmental system, they're going to blame the religious system, they're going to blame the school system. And though they have their part to play in the programming of your subconscious mind, you have the power to unlearn and relearn and to reprogram your subconscious mind. That is why I'm offering my service to those of you who you feel deep in your heart that you are a student and the teacher have appeared. Because you see, it's only when the student is ready that the teacher will appear. And a true teacher is one who's a true witness. A witness of his higher self, his God self, his invisible self. So when you really start to operate in your true common sense, which is basically your God sense, you will understand how the science of creation works. Okay, and I'm going to show you that in the Bible. which is actually a book of mind science. It is not a historical book. It is not a religious book. It must never be taken literally or to be taken as secular history. This is a book of mind science that must be interpreted psychologically. It must be understood metaphysically and esoterically. That is why if you ever decide to let me lead you and guide you in to becoming the best version of yourself, I would do that by pointing you to look within yourself, not to believe in me, okay? But I'll point you into the right direction, which is inwardly and not outwardly. Then you will understand why the Bible says that the first thing you must seek is the kingdom. Well, the good news is that the kingdom is within you. And you must never let any man say to you, lo here or lo there. Why? Because that kingdom of creativity, that kingdom where all things are possible, is within you. Okay? So, when you start to really operate in your common sense, your God sense, you'll ask certain questions. Like, for example, and when you ask these questions, they will call you stupid, they will call you crazy, they will say blasphemy. But have you ever wondered why God, being omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, why he can't forgive his enemy? But he wants you to forgive his enemy. So if the devil is really his enemy, so much that he can't forgive the devil. If the devil is what they're saying the devil is, okay, because I'll teach you different, okay? Because you see, most people don't look in the mirror. You see, life itself, even just life itself, it's a mirror. It's reflecting back yourself, but most people don't know. Okay, but they want someone to blame. So yeah, he can't forgive his enemy, but he wants you to forgive your enemy, and he wants you to turn the next street. Okay, so when you start to really live in your real common sense in terms of really using it, is when you start to learn to think. And you can't really get to think if you don't find quiet time to be with yourself. You have to find time in solitude to really get connected. And you'll have to discover your oneness with the entire universe, and discover all of the laws that governs all of humanity and walk by these laws, master these laws. And when you master the laws, master your mind, then you start to use mind science to create your reality consciousness, and you start to use the inner working of the science of alchemy, and you can alchemize your life whichever way you want it to be and live your life triumphantly. For example, the triumphant entry into Jerusalem, I will teach you that. I'll teach you how to ride the ass straight into Jerusalem. Okay? Then you will understand what the Bible is really all about. When you start to operate in it to common sense, then you will know what the Bible is really talking about when it says that Saul visited Samuel. And he didn't want to come to Samuel, empty-handed. So my brother and my sisters, I can go into a lot of things, okay? But my point is that you need to start to operate consciously in your common sense, okay? So you have common sense, I got to use it. And as I come to a close here, there's a reason why the old people always say you must mind your business. And I did a video on that. And there's some people who just see the topic and see me saying Vincent shall mind your business, and they might just leave it because they have their own. Sometimes people judge before they even listen. You mustn't be like that. Okay, they're telling you that your mind is actually your biggest business, but most people never really get it. Okay, and even if a person hear it and they just say, well, okay, yes, I learned something, and they just become intellectual, they be ever learning and never coming to the knowledge of the truth. And this truth is the truth of themselves, discovering yourself, coming to self-knowledge, and knowing how powerful you are. Okay, and you can't know that by talking. Action speaks louder than words, and the actions will always speak. Okay, so my brother, my sister, I can go on and on and on, but just making this video, and sending this vibration out to those who are longing and waiting for this kind of good news. You see, the deep call it to the deep, and it takes the deep to respond. I'm not speaking to everyone. Okay, I don't want to change you from your religion or your religious belief. Those are what form your values and your belief system and so on. Okay, I'm not here to try to change the system. I'm here to fulfill. Okay, if you read your Bible, you see it and you'll understand where I'm coming from. So I'm not trying to change the system. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm not trying to change everyone. I'm just reaching out to those who are on their journey and they are looking for the similar vibration and frequency that would connect them to me. Okay, so you find in this video is not a coincidence. Okay, and you have a choice. You can either have someone to mentor you to teach you really how to really operate in a true common sense, because it's common because everyone have it. Okay, you can just sit on it and you can believe you know everything, and you can read one book and believe you know everything. Okay, you can say, well, I'm being honest with myself. Okay, I need a coach, I need a mentor. I've never heard of anyone in my country being a mindset coach. You can say that to yourself, but this man is offering himself as a mindset coach. And he's been doing it for years and been reaching people and helping people all around the world. So if you're thinking like that, then we can definitely work together. And if you're interested because what I'm saying it resonates with you and so on, and have you thinking and so on, there's an app that I'm a teacher on. Okay, and as a leader, okay, I'm among many religious people who are teaching, the Bible the same old way and everything and so on. But I don't have a problem being in that app still. Okay, I teach it different. I teach the Bible on all three levels, which is the physical, the psychological, and the spiritual. And I teach self-realization. Okay, I'm not from the ecclesiastical cloth, okay, though I went to Bible school and so on, but I would like to show you what the Bible is really all about and show you how to really use your true common sense, which is your God sense. Okay, so you can check me out on Faith here. If you want, you can reach out to me directly by way of email. Okay, and I'll send the information for you concerning the payment plans and so on. Okay, also if you like to get my books, the links would be provided down below. As a matter of fact, you can check out all of my books on Amazon. More than I think more than 11 books. Okay, if you include my Bible, which is the I Am Bible, which is the 66 books of magic, the Overcomers Bible. That is the No Jesus Bible. That's a Bible where Jesus have been removed, and there's a blank space for you to write your name, which is I Am. So if you don't believe that that is your name and that is the name of everyone, too bad for you. If you do not believe it's only God playing all the parts in this world, and you could be God asleep or God awake. If you don't believe that, it's up to you. Okay, so that's why I'm trying out all these things, because I don't want no argument with no one. Okay, argument don't help. Results is what helps. Okay, so I'll definitely encourage you to check out those. If you want to be a part of my Patreon community also, you're welcome. I have a course for people who donate in 20 or more US dollars. It's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. Along with that, I have a bonus course on self-concept. Also, you could join my university, Free Thinkers and Seekers University. Whatsoever you desire, I have all things for you, man. Okay, and I'll be providing more and more. Okay, do you want to be empowered? Do you want to be equipped? Okay, so my brother, my sisters, my last encouragement to you is to check out all of the links that are down below, and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do and live your life as a true common sense man in this blessed island. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.